This is part two, Avery Harris, chapter two, and basically, I'm talking about the blacks and whites in Macon County, and the blacks are basically just the typical blacks and the whites are the typical whites of a story in this time set and frame, which is basically still once again true. Most of the blacks are undereducated, and basically they are farmers and fishermen, and they live basically off the land in the woods with hardly any electronics, no air conditioning, no plumbing. They just live like they're still stuck in the time of slavery, which majority of them really don't have to. But the whites live more into the city. They have houses with fences and gardens. It looks very nice. And basically, majority of the time, there are no, in this story really, there are no blacks who are managers or business owners, but all the whites are the managers and business owners, which is typical for a story of this time, which is based around true facts. And basically, my personal feeling is like, it's just how it is, And the black people in this story basically they look at it, Martin Luther King and Robert Kennedy and John Kennedy as heroes, but yet they never really just had the heart to actually act on what these people are doing and preaching. They feel that it's okay to let this happen, which is really not to let one person control a whole town. First, on from the white or the black community, it shouldn't really be okay. But yet they just became so comfortable with this lifestyle, getting just free stuff that they let it go by. And what happens is, you basically once again just gave this man the power, but you listening to Martin Luther King, you have his pictures right next to Jesus, but yet you don't go about of listening to what he's saying and doing to change your situation environment. Most of the old black people just say in the book, let things be, don't mess with things too much, and just let it stay the way it is. Because if you mess with it too much, you're going to mess with us getting free stuff. And pretty much the old people in the story, which has a crazy view on Christianity, from my point of view and how I was raised, they believe that they have served under God for so long that when their time is to go, they basically should just get whatever they want, pretty much, when God comes to the door. They basically, they live their life under His rule and they deserve it. Pretty much, they deserve that. They feel that they're just entitled because, they have gone through this hard struggle. And so they said, the more they struggle, they feel they should just get more from God, which is crazy to me. I wasn't personally raised like that. But this is chapter 2 and my personal summary of it. So thank you for listening. Part 3.